Have you ever wondered if your starting salary could actually turn into a massive fortune? Like a life-changing amount of money? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to explore. We're breaking down 4 totally different paths to building wealth, and we're starting with just a 10,000 rupee salary. Sounds crazy, I know, but you're going to want to see these numbers.
Oh, and hey, before we get into all the juicy details, if this is the kind of stuff you love, do me a quick favor and hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons down below. It seriously helps us make more of these explainers for you.
So let's just rip the Band-Aid off and ask the big question right away. Can you really turn a 10,000 rupee salary into a mind-boggling 40 crores? I mean, it sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? Well, let's find out what the math actually says.
Okay, so for this to work, we need some ground rules. And they're actually super simple. We're going to start with a salary of 10,000 rupees a month. Out of that, you invest 3,000 every single month. But here's the secret sauce. Each year, you bump up that investment by just 10%. That's it. It's all about being disciplined and consistent.
Right, path number 1. This is the one your parents and grandparents probably love. We're talking about the safe bet, the old reliable, the fixed deposit, or FD. It's low risk, it's stable, it's predictable. But how does it actually stack up over a lifetime? After 10 years of just sticking to the plan, you'd have about 7 lakhs. Not bad at all. Fast forward to 20 years, and that grows to 33 lakhs. By year 30, you've done it. You're officially a crorepati with 1.11 crores. And after 4 whole decades of playing it safe, you land at 3.34 crores. That's some steady, solid growth.
So let's put a pin in that. After 40 years of dedication on the safest path possible, your final stash is 3.34 crores. That's a huge achievement, for sure, but what happens if we sprinkle in just a little bit of risk?
And that brings us to path number 2, the balanced portfolio. This is where we say goodbye to the total safety of FDs and, we dip our toes into the stock market through mutual funds.
Now, we're not trying to be stock-picking geniuses here. We're just using simple index funds. We're putting 70% into a Nifty 50 fund, the big, stable companies. 20% goes into mid-cap funds for a bit more growth, and the last 10% goes into small-cap funds for that higher growth potential. See? It's a nice diversified balance mix.
Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. Look at these numbers. After 10 years, you're at 10 lakhs, already ahead of the FD. But by year 20, you're at 63 lakhs. That's almost double the FD. At 30 years, it's 2.8 crores. And at the 40-year mark, a whopping 14 crores. This is the power of compounding really kicking into high gear.
Putting them next to each other like this, it's pretty clear, isn't it? The balanced portfolio gives you more than 4 times the result of the fixed deposit. That's the huge difference a little bit of calculated risk can make over the long run. But what if we get even bolder? You knew this was coming. This leads us straight to path number 3, the aggressive play. Now, this one's for people who are in it for the long haul and are okay with some serious ups and downs in the market, all for a potential moonshot return. So we basically take that balanced strategy and we flip it completely upside down. A massive 70% goes into those high-risk, high-reward small-cap funds, 20% in mid-caps, and just a tiny 10% in the stable, large-cap Nifty 50. It is a very bold strategy for sure.
And the journey here, it is absolutely wild. After 10 years, we're at 13 lakhs. But check this out. At only 20 years, you've already hit 1 crore. 30 years gets you to 6.7 crores. And after 40 years, there it is, 40 crores. We actually did it. We hit the number from the title. Incredible. And looking at this table, wow, it just perfectly shows the insane power of compounding when you add risk to the mix. The jump is just staggering, from 3 crores to 14 all the way to 40. But wait a second, is the path with the biggest number always the best one? This brings us to a totally different way of thinking.
So, what could possibly be path number 4? What could beat 40 crores? Well, it's not about stocks. It's not about deposits. This is about investing in the one asset you can't find on any market, the one that actually has the highest potential return of all.
This quote from Ankur Warikoo says it all. The single best investment he ever made wasn't in some hot new company, it was in himself. He just focused on growing his own income and his own value, year after year after year.
Just let that number sink in for a second. 49% annual growth for 25 years. No stock, no mutual fund, no piece of real estate on earth
can consistently give you that kind of return. The only thing that can is you.
So you're probably asking, okay, that sounds great, but how do I actually do that? Well, it's simple stuff. You learn new skills with online courses, you read books to get new ideas, you go to networking events, you take care of your health, you start little side projects. Every single one of these things makes you more valuable.
So, at the end of the day, here's the big idea. All those financial paths we talked about, they are amazing tools for building wealth. But investing in yourself, that builds the person who uses those tools. Your knowledge, your skills, your health, that is and always will be your single greatest asset.
So as we wrap this up, I want you to forget about the markets, the funds, and all the numbers for just a moment. Look at that list and just ask yourself one simple question. What will be your first investment in you?